Government shutdown averted. Last-minute dealings will keep our public offices and federal employees working another day. But how long will it last? We're going to have a live report.
Also, new details about the man allegedly behind the blast at a Santa Monica synagogue or nearby one. Why police think they know who caused this week's explosion. And take a look at this. Snow in our foothills. Brand new pictures just like coming in here. I tell you, pretty sight overnight, but will it snow today? Live look at radar right now. We are getting a smattering of showers coming into southern Orange County, moving down into San Diego. Who's getting wet, who's not this morning? Your full weekend forecast coming up.
Yes, well, welcome to the KTLA Morning News. I'm Beth McDade. Looking at that, it certainly does not look like springtime. It looks more like winter out there,
and
Chris.
It's very cold. You had the full-on jacket this morning, right?
I did. I had my winter coat, and of course, he comes out from New York, and I think he brought winter with him, folks.
Thought I had enough of that. Talk to us this morning about how you're doing, what you're doing in the cool, maybe a picture of you and the family having breakfast. Love to hear from you this morning. Our email address is weekends@ktla.com. We're on Facebook and all the rest of it here as well.
Yeah, let us know you're up and about and awake and spending the morning with us.
Yeah, and thanks for being here for the first morning as well. We appreciate it, the Weekend Morning News. Well, there's a real sigh of relief in Washington, in fact, all across the country here. The government is open for business thanks to a last-minute budget deal.
Yeah, the plan will keep the government operating through September. An actual approval of the deal is expected come midweek, so hopefully they'll get that done in time.
We'll get more on that here as we go through the morning together. Chris Wolf, in fact, has the latest on the sudden end to the potential threat of a government shutdown.
I'm pleased to announce that the Washington Monument, as well as the entire federal government, will be open for business. In the final hours before our government would have been forced to shut down, leaders in both parties reached an agreement that will allow our small businesses to get the loans they need.
With those words, the nation and the world learned of a last-minute deal to avoid a federal government shutdown. It would have closed national parks and monuments, suspended tax refunds, and put hundreds of thousands of federal employees on furlough, to name just a few of the impacts. Reports said Republicans and Democrats had been feuding over funding for women's health services that provide abortions. But that hot-button issue apparently was taken off the table for now.
At the end of the day, this was a debate about spending cuts, not social issues like women's health and the protection of our air and water. These are important issues that deserve discussion, just not during a debate about our budget.
Negotiators capped days of frantic closed-door meetings. They agreed on a framework for a package of nearly $39 billion in spending cuts. The GOP, bolstered by its capture of the House in last November's midterm elections, had initially pushed for $61 billion in cuts. Obama says both sides had to give ground and make tough decisions to reduce the federal deficit.
I'm pleased that Senator Reid and I and the White House have been able to come to an agreement that will, in fact, cut spending and keep our government open.
All right, time right now is 6:03. The search continues now for a man suspected in that Santa Monica synagogue explosion. Police have released a picture. Take a good look here. This is 60-year-old Ron Hirsch. He's also known as Israel Fisher. Investigators say they believe he is behind Thursday morning's blast that happened just outside of the Jewish facility on 17th Street. Explosion sent a 300-pound metal pipe crashing through the roof of a home next door.
Device lifted up off the ground approximately 25 feet, punched a hole inside of the building that's south of us, the two-story, and then ricocheted and landed inside of this building.
He kind of visits local synagogues and Chabads, asking for charity.
Police say that Hirsch should be considered extremely dangerous. If you spot this guy, call police right away.
A man is in critical condition this morning after being repeatedly beaten with a baseball bat. It happened late last night at this apartment in the 1500 block of Juneau Avenue in Anaheim. Police believe 2 or 3 male suspects beat the victim with a baseball bat between 15 and 20 times. Police say the attack was not gang-related, but there's no word on exactly what the motive for the beating was.
LAPD says it is taking unprecedented steps to beef up security at Dodger Stadium. Stadium. Police say they're going to use street mapping, crime technology, and aggressive enforcement after last week's beating, which left Giants fan Brian Stowe hospitalized. At a news conference yesterday, the Dodgers said armed, uniformed officers will now patrol inside the stadium as well as in the parking lots.
When you go into Dodger Stadium, you're going to meet a Los Angeles police officer. When you leave Dodger Stadium, you're going to bid farewell to a Los Angeles police officer. So we will be a constant presence.
This is about a culture that thinks it's okay to act this way. This is about parents, as I said earlier, you know, who aren't modeling for their kids.
The mayor also called on the two men who beat Stowe to come forward finally, crying out loud, turn themselves in here. Officials are also studying limits on alcohol sales at the ballpark. Now, coming up for a little later on this hour, we've got a legal expert who's going to join us live to talk about what this could mean to the Dodger organization, a potential lawsuit from the family of the victim against the Dodgers, the city. What's at stake here? That's coming up later on this morning.
Sure, those legal ramifications. And so, as we were showing you earlier in the show, let it snow, let it snow. Look at that. And it's springtime, folks. This is video of snow coming down along Highway 38 in Forest Falls. And you can see that chains there were a definite necessity. Not always the most pleasant thing to have to put on in the snow, but a safety must.
All right, let's kick it off. Weather this morning here at 6:06. It is a cool one outside, to be sure.
Yeah, it is. Well, you know, I had that winter coat on this morning. So is the snow, is it finally over with? Can we just have some sunshine already?
We are almost in the clear here, Mary Beth. I tell you, here's the deal. If you have to go to the car wash, and you like that little early bird special? I know you don't know about that because you normally work.
My car's dirty again.
Yeah. Don't take advantage of the early bird special this morning. Wait till after 11 o'clock, then you're going to be completely in the clear, no matter where you are. Looking live this morning, you see just a few smattering of clouds out there. They're just really a little bit on the coast and a little bit in the foothills and mountains right now. It's pretty clear over the rest of the basin. That's a good thing. All right, let's take a look at the graphics and show you exactly what's going on here this morning as we figure it out on the first Saturday morning. Again, thanks for being with us and thanks for being patient. All right, let's take a look at what is going on with the radar this morning as we switch over to DV5 here. We do have a smattering of showers moving into parts of southern Orange County. Here we are. Take a look. You can see working off the coast here, now moving a little bit towards Santa Ana. Nothing really off Los Angeles just yet, but you could get a little sprinkle this morning if you are in the Orange County area and parts down towards San Diego. Not going to be a big deal. Don't worry about it if I were you. Okay, next up, we show you the plan for right now. We are at 45 at the airport, 40 in Ontario, and there are plenty of spots that are actually in the teens in the high desert, if you'll believe it here. It is, we've got a couple readings at around 15 right now. Here's MetroVision for you. For the valleys today, we're waking up around 30. This daytime, 60. That's nice. Okay, and this evening, 49. There is a little early morning frost that we're experiencing in southeastern San Fernando Valley. You're getting a little bit of frost. Other than that, everything is perfectly clear as we advance on to the next one here. You can see exactly what the situation is as we go through today. For the coast, this is all right. 60 for a daytime high, just a light breeze with the partly cloudy conditions. And here we are, the high deserts now. Okay, it's a cool morning to start with, 55 the afternoon. If you're going out on a date tonight to make you listen something, we're talking 42 for this evening. Here's a 7-day plan for you right now. Orange County beaches, partly cloudy today. Nothing but unadulterated sun as we go through the week. You'll notice what happens. Oh yeah, take a look at this. It's going to be a little bit cooler in the middle of the week, and then we go into the 70s. This is fantastic stuff. That's for Los Angeles in your final 5-day, 7-day forecast here. You see this for the San Fernando Valley. Nice warm up. Look at Wednesday and Thursday. We're back to the 80s. Live look at traffic for you on the weekends. We always watch that as well, and you can see things moving nicely. No serious problems on DV3. There you see everything moving at the limit. We'll keep you up to date if there ever are any problems on the weekend. That's what we're here for. You know what I mean?
Sure, and that's the way it should look. Too bad it didn't look that way all the time. But the weather, aren't you glad you're back from New York? Yeah, right. That's what we have to look forward to, sunshine.
Born and raised here, all the families, you know, in the San Gabriel Valley. Right. But you do what you have to do.
It's nice to come home for you.
When you drive by, that sign, you've driven, you know, the 101, you see the KTLA sign outside our studios. I have seen that for 20 years.
And now here you are sitting right here.
It's kind of nice.
I forgot your gift. Remember I told you I have a gift for you and your family?
I was kind of looking forward to it.
I know. So tomorrow, I have a special gift kind of welcoming Chris and his family back to LA. But Looking at the weather, you're not going to need it today anyway.
We'll do it.
So you'll see.
Oh, what? Nice. I like
it's a little hint.
We love reading your emails. We're already getting a few this morning. I'll be honest.
Good. There's so many ways that you guys can contact us, and we really want to hear from you. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. You can also Skype us, and we'll have you right here on the show because we want to talk to you, find out what you're doing today, make you part of the show. Let us know, do you have any fun things going on in your community, be it some great charity events in the morning. I know there's a lot of runs and walks and surfing events. And then I know you want to talk about the garage sales.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, let me show you first. Here's you want to see our first email? Oh, we'll show this first. That's fine. Hey, if you've got a garage sale tomorrow in Anaheim or Orange, we want to be there live and show it off. So email us, ktlaweekends@gmail.com. Name, address, phone number, and we'd love to come to your garage sale. Here's our first email. You ready? It's from a lady named Mai. It says, had a hard time falling back asleep after you left. That's because it's my wife. See it there? Too nervous and excited for you guys. Now I might as well stay up and watch if the cable works. Thanks, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Well, we got one watching. That's a good thing.
Absolutely, yes. And hopefully your mother-in-law and the rest of the fam's up, too.
Well, that's pushing it.
All right, well, the time now it is 6:10, and there's more drama for Manny Ramirez this morning. How his former Dodger teammates are reacting to his retirement news.
And want to work off last night's big Friday night meal? Why hours at the gym may not be the secret. Oh, thank God.
I'm Olga, Ospina at Kaiser Permanente in West Los Angeles, where people here are getting free surgery today. We'll tell you why coming up in the live report.
Closed captioning is provided by Sizzler. Try Sizzler's new value menu.